Welcome back for another episode of the Ross Bolen podcast. I am Ross Bolen here with Jared Borislow for another episode full of laughter and, almost as importantly, invaluable knowledge and wisdom. Before we bring in our guest for today, Jared, I would like to quickly do a segment.
Okay.
Would that be okay with you?
Oh, that would be amazing with me.
Fire it up!
Grab your light, this is Stuff the Wikipedia when you're high.
Stuff the Wikipedia when you're high.
Good stuff, good stuff. Today's the Toledo War. It was the Toledo War. Went down 1835 to 1836, also known as the Great Toledo War, the Michigan-Ohio War, the Ohio-Michigan War. It was an almost bloodless boundary dispute between the U.S. state of Ohio and the adjoining territory of Michigan. Hey! We recently talked about how we think states should be allowed to go to war with each other, that maybe what this country needs is more good infighting.
I thought you were going to say bloodshed.
Not a full-blown civil war, but, you know, just a few one-on-one, state-on-state wars going down simultaneously to ease tensions. We think that maybe that's what America needs.
And you could bet on it, too.
Turns out that's actually happened. Poor geographical understanding of the Great Lakes helped produce conflicting state and federal legislation between 1787 and 1805, and varying interpretations of the laws led the governments of Ohio and Michigan to both claim jurisdiction over the same 468 square mile region along the border, now known as the Toledo Strip. The situation came to a head when Michigan petitioned for statehood in 1835 and sought to include the disputed territory within its boundaries. Both sides passed legislation attempting to force the other side's capitulation, while Ohio Governor Robert Lucas and Michigan's 24-year-old boy governor, Stephen T. Mason. Everybody remembers the boy governor.
Is that like kid president? Like, what is this?
What the fuck? He helped institute criminal penalties for citizens submitting to the other's authority.
Is that like?
So that means, like, if you acknowledged the other state instead of his, then you what?
Is it treason? Is it a form of treason? Like, but just between
State
states?
treason?
Yeah.
You've been disloyal to the state of Ohio,
Yeah.
Michigan. Sorry.
I'm imagining like you know all the kids from Dallas who go to Oklahoma University.
Mm-hmm.
University of Oklahoma.
It's University of Oklahoma,
Oh.
but it's fine. Now you'll have a bunch of Sooners coming for your head.
That's state treason, probably.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so both states end up deploying militias, as it were,
Okay.
on opposite sides of the Maumee River near Toledo. But besides mutual taunting, apparently there was a lot of that. A lot of taunting back and forth across the Maumee River.
Hey, fuck you!
Hey, suck our dicks, Michigan! Suck our dicks!
Could you
Fuck you, Ohio!
Could you imagine all of this like crazy like clusterfuck of action around Toledo, Ohio? Like that's a flyover city. Who the fuck cares? Both of them should be saying, "Just take it. I don't fucking want this."
I'm not your buddy, guy! Yeah, everybody in Toledo's like, we actually don't care. You got either one. Whoever wants us can have us. We don't mind either way. It's just them in fucking fighting. The single military confrontation of the war ended with a report of shots being fired into the air, incurring no casualties. So that's as close as anybody on either side of this shouting match came to actually injuring the other.
One report of
Yeah.
shots. It's just probably people drunk, right?
I love that they specify no confirmation, just a report of shots fired. During the summer of 1836, the United States Congress proposed a compromise whereby Michigan gave up its claim to the Strip in exchange for its statehood and about 3/4 of the Upper Peninsula, which, you know, you take that.
See, this is bullshit, though. How could they just give that part of what should be Wisconsin to Michigan because of a war with Ohio? It makes no sense to me.
Look, man, the federal government makes some interesting choices. I'm just going to leave it at that to remain apolitical here on today's show. The northern region's mineral wealth later became an economic asset to Michigan, but at the time, the compromise was considered a poor deal for the new state, and voters in a statehood convention in September soundly rejected it. But in December, facing a dire financial crisis and pressure from Congress and President Andrew Jackson,
Good guy.
the Michigan government called another convention called the Frostbitten Convention, which is one I'm glad I didn't attend, where they accepted a compromise resolving the Toledo War. Apparently, this was also the origin of the Ohio-Michigan sports rivalry. Shouts to one of our listeners, Steven, for the tip who gave us this stuff to Wikipedia when you're high for today.
I mean,
Huzzah.
yeah, there's another similar example of this. It's like the Kansas-Missouri rivalry, which used to be really big until they went to do different conferences. It's because of there was a war between Missouri and Kansas back in the day. It was called Bloody Kansas or some shit. I think Missouri fucked them up, and Kansas didn't like that. And now they were rivals ever since.
See, in Texas, we just have the UT and A&M rivalry that now also no longer really exists because A&M went to the SEC. And it was more like UT was like the elitist, snobby, educated people, and A&M was like the engineers and the farm folk. No disrespect to A&M or the Aggies. I'm not saying y'all aren't educated people. Obviously, A&M's a fine university. But its origins, the origins of that, it was almost like Houston and Dallas, right? Like Houston is more seen as like an international city of friendly people, whereas Dallas is seen as like a terrible shithole of corporate greed and wealth and just some of the worst people on earth. It's similar to that.
Now, I don't know if we've ever said this on the show. You brought up you briefly insulted A&M and then you retracted it, but I think we need to insult A&M just a little bit more.
I'm cool with that. My whole family is Aggies. Y'all are fucking weirdos. It's a cult. The only time I've ever been to College Station in my life, I blacked out, lost my wallet, and went home embarrassed. And it was fun or whatever, but y'all are crazy and dangerous, and your energy is abrasive.
Yeah, it's got Jonestown Massacre vibes.
It's
there.
abrasive.
If the yell leader at the random midnight yell they do before their game was like, "Everybody, stab yourself," they'd all be like, "I'm doing it for Rebel." Yeah,
yeah, you have the very fact that you have a yell leader is the organizations historically that have had comparable setups have been problematic. That's all I'm suggesting.
I'm thinking the Manson family, Jonestown,
cults, the Nazis, names you don't want to be associated with. Y'all are just weirdos, man. But it's instead of being about some kind of mass murder or any level of murder or genocide, it's about
being a loser.
football and dressing like you're a cowboy to some a modern cowboy in a polo and tight jeans and boots
and wearing a ring forever. You can't take off.
You're from Katy, Texas. That's just basically Houston. There's no farm. Take those boots off, you silly ass.
Yeah, if you've never been to Texas, you can spot an Aggie from a mile away.
The rule is simple, man. If you've never ridden a horse ever, you don't get to wear boots. You just don't.
You have.
I've ridden many horses.
Same was Magnum PI or something.
It was 27 special.
Some sort of
47 special, 69 special. Who could remember? It doesn't matter. It was a horse. It was a fucking horse. It was one day, Jared.
You had the flu.
And I had the flu. I felt terrible.
Is the flu zoonotic? Did you give
having to
your
pretend
horse?
I give a shit that this old woman's turning 50 just because I happened to marry her daughter at one point? What the fuck? Dragging me to halfway across the country, sick as a dog, to ride a fucking horse? What a stupid ass move. Should have stayed home. It was a fun experience. Me and that horse bonded. That was the only positive that came from that trip. I also got a hat.
That's a sick hat. Where is it?
It's a tight hat. It doesn't fit my head anymore because I was still Bill Chungus then. But I do have the hat. We could put it on the thing behind me one day and let it be a decoration. Mm-hmm. Jared, which state would you want Florida, your home state, to go to war with?
I mean, I would want Florida to lose the battle. I moved out of Florida the second I could. I hate Florida. I still like some of the sports teams.
You're a self-hating Floridian.
So I guess I'd want them to fight Texas, right? I think Texas...
I don't think that's okay.
Because I want them to lose. I think Texas
you want
is
to slaughter.
But then again, you got to think about this, right? Florida's got it's like The Walking Dead, but it's just meth heads. That's their army.
Yeah, but we got East Texas and West Texas, and when you combine those two, I feel like you've got a Florida, and then you mix in the big cities, and it's just it's a lot of people, man. It's like if the U.S. went to war with China, you just feel like it's just the numbers aren't good.
The number game, yeah,
for us in America. I want Texas to take down California. I know it'd be like a weird split state having a few states between West Coast Texas and Gulf Coast Texas, as we would rename them. but it would be tight. You can like vacation at the other Texas or whatever. West Coast Texas taxes would be lowered.
If you combine Texas and California, I'm pretty sure it would be like a top 5 GDP country.
Yeah,
So they could just secede at that point.
And all the hipster douchebags could keep moving back and forth between LA, Silicon Valley, and Austin and bitching and arguing about which one is actually best, displacing each other over and over.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
I think it's a good plan. Anyway, so that was today's Stuff to Wikipedia.
Yeah. Nobody has a lot of water, though. That's the issue. Like, we don't have a lot of water. They don't have a lot of water.
We will be the first state to die of dehydration, for sure. West Coast Texas and Gulf Coast Texas. Texas.
There's got to be a better name we can come up with as a unified
Yeah, that was
name.
just my first draft, okay? It's a working title, Jared. Let's just have the war and we'll figure it out during the war. All right? Anyway, Callie, ready when you are. This episode is brought to you by Four Sigmatic, a wellness company that is well known for its delicious mushroom coffee. Their mushroom coffee at Four Sigmatic is real, organic, fair trade, single origin Arabica. Arabica? Arabica.
I drank this all weekend.
Coffee.
I drank an entire pot of it during the course of the Formula One race that never actually happened. It was Formula One race is usually an hour and a half long. It ended up being 4 hours of me watching it rain in Belgium. That was my Sunday. I spent 4 hours watching a feed of it rain in Belgium while drinking delicious Four Sigmatic mushroom
Yeah,
coffee.
but you felt great because
Oh,
of the lion's mane mushroom for productivity, the chaga mushroom for immune support. We've been starting our day here at Bolen Media with Four Sigmatic's ground mushroom coffee with lion's mane instead of regular coffee. And we all love how it helps focus becomes a little bit easier so we can get shit done. It's amazing. Feel a little uptick in productivity every time I drink it. It helps me focus like nothing else.
It's optimized coffee. They took the regular
is.
coffee because this is coffee with mushroom. So it's not like they just ground up mushrooms and made them taste like coffee. It's coffee mixed with mushroom.
And it's easier on your gut than traditional coffee. It doesn't leave you with that awful jittery feeling or midday crash. All their products are organic, vegan, gluten-free, plus every single batch is third-party tested to ensure its purity and safety, so you know you're getting the highest quality coffee and mushrooms possible. So now you're probably thinking, does this coffee taste like a mushroom? Because that would be a little strange. No, it tastes like regular coffee that you love.
But
right?
better.
It's dark and nutty, and it tastes incredible. They got over 20,000 five-star reviews. Best of all, Four Sigmatic backs their products with a 100% money-back guarantee. Love every sip or get your money back, Jared.
Yep. If you are somebody who's like, you know what, I don't really like or black coffee. Like a lot of people are like, oh, I need it flavored. Oh, I need to mix stuff in. Like this is great coffee to try black. If you never have liked black coffee, make a pot of this, try it out because it's very, very good.
Great flavoring. We've worked out an exclusive offer with Four Sigmatic on their best-selling mushroom coffee just for Ross Bolen podcast listeners. Get up to 40% off plus free shipping on mushroom coffee bundles. To claim this deal, you must go to foursigmatic.com/RBP. Only for listeners here, not available on their regular website. You'll save up to 40% and get free shipping. So right now, go to foursigmatic.com/RBP and fuel your productivity and creativity with some delicious mushroom coffee. Right, meow. Okay, it's time to bring in our resident Donda dissenter and Kanye hater, as promised. Now, because on Monday, I provided my positive perspective on the greatest living artist, Kanye West's latest work. And I have heard from so many of you and seen so many reviews disagreeing with my takes. We felt it only right to provide you with an opposing viewpoint. I know how upset some of you were when I didn't do that in 2020. So today, right now, we are being joined by repeat special guest, cryptocurrency expert, self-proclaimed genius, washed-up lacrosse player, Donda dissenter, Shitto, coming to us from somewhere in the great state of Georgia, where Kanye hosted his first couple listening events. Shitto, you recently tweeted that Donda is trash. Is it possible that you're just a godless heathen who doesn't understand hip-hop or carry the spirit of the Lord?
It's perfectly possible. I mean, we can't rule that out. You also can't rule out the possibility that I'm absolutely right.
That's true, I suppose.
I mean, it's kind of a 50-50 chance, right? Like, everything's 50-50.
Yeah.
You know, you either one of your decisions either ruins your life or it's the best thing that ever happened to you.
Now, last time we had you on the show, I greatly respected many of your takes, and I think we all learned a great deal about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and how that world works, as well as how to build generational wealth through investing in the aforementioned spaces. Today, you and I are on opposite ends of the field. I want to read some more of your tweets. Bro, Kanye is a genius, bro. Donda is crazy, bro. You don't get it, bro. It's a masterpiece, bro. Like, come on, bro. Please listen again, bro. It's so good. And that feels like a direct shot at me.
Yeah, no, it's this. When I was posting that tweet, I had my feet kicked up in the bed. I was like, Ross is gonna love this one. Send. Like that was my. I imagined that it was like you talking to like a bunch of your followers or something like that, who I assume were like all 19 and like love Yeezys and Kanye. So like that you guys were just having this like conversation, like this like eternal circle jerk over Kanye in your Discord or something like that. So that was my answer. So you were my inspiration for that tweet.
Yeah, that's a good, I'd say 30% of my life is the circle jerk with the other white Kanye super fans, where
Correct.
we all sit around and talk about how much of a genius he is and how smart that makes us, and Jesus and all the other stuff from the Bible.
As somebody who
I think that's go ahead, Jared.
Oh, I was saying, as somebody who's only listened to 2.5 songs, I can be swayed either way by this conversation. So I'm kind of leaning towards Shitto so far because he has a very nice beard. But I don't know if Ross has any good takes that are going to like make me actually think Donda is like the new Bible.
Okay. Let's read another tweet. Bro, of course Drake's album is going to outsell Donda, bro. Donda is art, bro. You wouldn't get it, bro. I got a D in freshman English, but I'm actually so smart, bro. I got to say, Shitto, this was also one that feels like a direct shot at me.
Actually, so this one was actually not.
Cool.
This was based off an influencer that I follow, and she's very into Kanye, but she's also an artist. So like she reposted somebody who literally said that almost verbatim, that Drake's Certified Lover Boy was obviously going to outsell Donda because Donda is art and it's in a consumable something along. I totally stopped reading, but it was like it's a consumable, like the way that it's consumed is supposed to be different. And I was like, what are you talking about? How am I supposed to consume two things that both come out on Spotify different?
I do find it very funny that there are Kanye stans who pretend that he's some kind of non-commercial righteous version of music, and that Drake is this ultra consumerism commercialized version, like the worst possible version of hip hop, when Kanye operates in the exact same space as Drake, in all honesty. Like, they're both in the complete sellout possible version of this world. It's just that I think they both do very creative things in different ways in that, like, upper echelon, but they're both in the same damn spot. To pretend they're not, and that Kanye's not a huge sellout who slangs $130 masks with it. Dude, you can go to the website right now and buy a $10 digital version of the album, which is free. You could pay $10 to get Spotify for a month and have access to that album and also many thousands of other albums. And then in there, when you're purchasing your $10 digital download because you're a sheep, you can also cop some $140, like stuff that costs $3 to make for a 500x markup.
Ross, I could take a screenshot of a picture for free, but I could also buy that picture as an NFT for 35,000 Ethereum. I'm going to do the latter because then I own it.
That's right. Renting, it's his.
Yeah. Renting music is lame. Like,
you're right. You're right.
I
It's
mean,
like this iPhone.
Jared's on the new wave, right? But I think the other thing that's fucking stupid is that, everyone always makes okay, the listening party shit drove me nuts, right? The listening party shit drove me nuts because Yeezy Day, you may remember when Yeezy Day was, right?
Mm-hmm.
August 2nd. I find it real convenient that we did 3 different listening parties in the month of August, where like right after Yeezy Day, right? So you don't drop an album for, I didn't listen to the last like 2 or 3 albums, so I just assume it's been 3 or 4 years. So you drop a new album right after Yeezy Day, like, and then you act like it's supposed to be art. No, It's not.
You're slanging
not.
shoes? Is that what you're saying? This was all for shoes?
Yeah, I agree. This is like, you know how Walgreens, like they sell Easter candy leading up to Easter, and then after Easter they sell all the Easter candy for half off.
Yeah, no, it's absolute jug season when you step in the Walgreens right the day after Easter. Like you buying up all that candy.
Like,
And then
yeah.
I mean, then usually your Walgreens is real close to a dentist because shit's all fucked up from cavities, but
A lot of Reese's
that's a
eggs.
different story.
I'm going to read another tweet of yours that I'd like you to defend. It says, currently I am listening to anything by Moneyman, Paper Route Illuminati,
Mm-hmm.
Korn,
Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan, excuse me, and then EDM remixes of Halsey songs.
Yeah, first of all, it's Halsey.
Halsey.
But I believe it's Halsey.
Halsey,
That's
okay.
That's how my fiance says it, so I just repeat whatever she says. So Money Man
Congrats
is
on the
amazing.
sex.
Money Man is amazing. I highly recommend Money Man. Literally any song, because he raps at a nice, comfortable cadence. And you can put on Money Man. I put on like all of his albums, and they're pretty short, like 1 minute and 50, 2:20. And I literally can listen to every single album like all day.
Okay.
It's pretty solid. Paper Route Illuminati is that's like Young Dolph's little group, and it's just that's ride around in your car and act ignorant music.
Okay.
In your truck.
I work out to Korn because why not? I saw Korn with my dad 2 years ago in the summer. It was fucking awesome. It was just like I was wearing like a collared shirt, and everyone around me was in like jean shorts and wife beaters. Fucking great. I loved it.
Everybody else is on meth and you're just dead sober.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what it was. I was
Tight.
like, this is my brain on meth.
Yeah.
Right. It was awesome. What was the fourth one? Oh, Stevie Ray Vaughan. That's self-explanatory. Everybody loves Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Austin guy.
Sure.
Yeah. And then didn't he died in a helicopter crash, right?
Did he really?
Yeah.
Fairly certain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he did.
I got to say,
Yeah.
I think we're done with helicopters, right?
I think
I'm so done with helicopters, bro.
Yeah, fuck all that, bro.
And then last one, EDM remixes of Halsey's song. I just kind of like discovered on that, like real big into like those for some reason.
Because your girl's jamming them, and that's what she makes you play when y'all are working out together?
I guess.
Yeah.
I've got a question for you.
I'm in on it.
Have you
Go
ever
ahead.
seen a picture of Halsey?
Yeah, she just had a baby, right? She's hot.
Yep.
Well, I have a conspiracy
To
theory.
the baby part.
I have a conspiracy theory of Halsey. She looks exactly like Millie Bobby Brown, but just older. So I think there was some sort of like Stranger Things thing that happened during the recording of the show where they actually found some sort of upside down, and Halsey went in and came out 9 years later,
What?
and that they're the same person.
Damn, this is like those
Computer
theories people have about
enhance.
Avril Lavigne.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. This is not a bad conspiracy theory.
What if they're sisters from another mister,
Okay, okay, I can kind of see it. All right, Jared.
Sure.
Thank you.
I
Now,
can kind of get along with
if
that.
Drake
But-
gets with Halsey, we'll know it's true.
I guess. I think so. Here's the real reason, Ross. Here's the real reason I think that you like Kanye's music so much is because you relate to the divorced dad energy, right?
That's a
Like
huge part of it with this album. There's no
Just
denying
the vibes, like the just going off the deep end after a divorce. Like you really, really relate to that.
it. Yeah, heavily.
I mean,
there was a
I can
part,
respect that though.
Yeah, there was a part in the first listening party where he hit his knees, and I don't know if you saw his outfit, but he was in a red coat, red pants, red shoes, and a mask. Pretty much what I wore all 2020. And he hit his knees, and he was just like crying up at the sky. And man, that was me, for like 9 months last year. So I was just like, in that moment, I was like, I will support anything this man does musically.
I mean, you can't argue with that.
I don't think you can. It's funny because looking at your list of things you're listening to now, it doesn't match up with like what I thought, because you're, like devil worshipping Gen Z scum. You listen exclusively to Lil Uzi Vert and Mario Judah's deep cuts while you commit e-crimes. So if you had to pick a song on Donda to say you don't hate, which one would it be?
Oh, it's got to be the one with 5 Foreign. I mean, just the whole song was crap. Having 5 on there was crazy. Isn't it Off the Grid?
Off the Grid, yeah, that's Playboy
the
Cardi
Grid,
and
yeah.
5 Foreign on Off the Grid.
Yeah, 5 Foreign is just a wonderful artist. So if anything, I appreciate 5
So can you at least appreciate that he got a bunch of people that were cool like 5 on this joint together?
I mean, but like 27 tracks is like you're pushing the limits of like my attention span and like my patience.
Yeah, but this is what these old heads do, man. Scorsese puts out 3.5 hour long movies, and Kanye puts out 27 song albums that we're never going to listen to the entirety of.
Are you equating Kanye West to Martin Scorsese?
I might be a little bit. Also, I would note.
Is Martin Scorsese the Kanye West of film? Is that what we're saying?
Yes.
That would because it might work one way, but it certainly doesn't work the other way.
Yes, put that take on a T-shirt. Also, I would note that Off the Grid, the song that you're saying you would call the one you do like or don't hate anyway, is also the song Soulja Boy is very upset for claiming that he and Ye exchanged text messages over him being involved in this. He sent a verse for Off the Grid, and Kanye was like, "This is fire, love it, let's collaborate more," and then didn't put it on the album, which to me is hysterical.
Soulja Boy is a genius. That's very disrespectful to Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy is the godfather of modern rap.
Tell him.
Exactly. I don't know if you know. Do you know about all the shit he used to do on LimeWire and MySpace?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, so like he used to change the metadata of the LimeWire songs to be somebody else's song. So when you went to go and rip it from LimeWire, it was his music. And he ran it up on LimeWire and all of his downloads, and that's how he hit it quick.
No shit.
I mean, he's been doing shit like internet stuff. Like he got into gaming way before everybody, building computers like right around the time that Chief Keef did it. So Soulja Boy, the slander will never fly with me, but that is wildly disrespectful to not have the godfather of modern rap on your album.
Yeah,
saying.
One of the things Soulja said was like, dude, I've got my own shit going on. I was working on my own album, you asshole. It'd kind of be like if after we did this entire interview, I didn't put it in the episode.
Yeah, that'd be fucked. I'd be like, I took time out of my like very busy day in which I sit at the computer for 90% of it.
Right.
Like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. My apologies.
You know who else just signed to Soulja Boy?
Jared?
It's Chet Hanks.
Oh,
Really?
I heard that.
Yes. I have a feeling that Jared is a huge Chet Hanks guy.
He's a massive fan. Has a T-shirt and everything. Let's go ahead, Jared.
It's White Boy Summer. My biggest issue with you liking 5EO Foreign is like I thought you were a really big American made guy. I thought you only bought American made. I mean, 5EO Foreign inherently, he's foreign. He likes
It does
to
imply
advocate-
foreign goods.
No, like Fabio domestic maybe will be somebody I would think you liking. It's kind of weird to me.
Yeah. Your thoughts?
That's an interesting take.
Let's try something. Shitto, let's try something. I'll say a reason I love the album, and you say a reason you hate it.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to start. It's like a massive collaboration of hip-hop talent directed by Kanye West.
It is a big, fat, gigantic display of narcissism.
It reminds me that there is someone out there crazier than me, Kanye, and that there are many people less intelligent than me, anyone who doesn't agree with my takes.
I am smarter than the too smart threshold to understand this album.
Only the best art can make you cry laughing, or vomit out of disgust.
It's 27 songs. I'm not listening to it.
I was really looking forward to yet another polarizing thing to divide the country in half again so we can feel normal, and here it is.
I think you just got to stick that one on Biden for pulling out of Afghanistan right in the middle of a Donda release.
That was really rude of him, actually.
Here's my final positive. We need habitual line steppers, the ceiling pushers. We need the living personification of Tony Montana's bad guy speech to keep the rest of us sharp. And Kanye West is that.
But does it have to be Kanye? Could it be literally anybody else?
I think that's one of the only fair arguments to make at this point against this man, is that we have a endless list of names of people who are more relevant to pay attention to at this point. And when he comes in and just sucks the fucking whole, like everybody's attention, he sucks the whole. And he sucks all the energy to him, I feel like. And it's like, you mentioned Yeezy Day, and for a lot of Kanye fans like me who argue that this music and this album is like this pure art, and then he's doing like the most extreme version of commercialization and what is our what kind of system of capitalism? Capitalist. Most capitalistic fucking possible thing you can do at the exact same time. And it's just very, like, the dichotomy doesn't make sense. And I think one of the things I credit him for that I enjoy about the album, and that I think you do too, even if you won't admit it, is that he's good at spotting the young up-and-coming who's next. Who's going to be the most influential people next? And I think he's good at spotting those people.
Marilyn Manson.
And then just like Drake.
Right. DaBaby. Mm-hmm.
They're next. They're next up.
Yep.
Exactly to my point. And then just like Drake, he jocks all of their waves and creates something that benefits him. Those are my thoughts.
That's right. That's the true testament of an artist, is how much more attention they can make for themselves on the backs of other artists who are actually doing the work. I mean, somebody was joking about like the production credits or something like that, and it's just like 48 fucking names on the album. And he had a live stream of him sleeping at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, acting like he was doing all of it.
Yeah.
Right.
And he also had Mike Dean like chained to the corner of the room. I just saw the back of his bald white head for like 4.5 days. I don't think he slept or ate.
I know, that man's blood pressure's through the roof.
Shitto, I've got a question. Do you think you would have liked the album if the rumored collab between Kanye and Hasbulla doing a Jake Paul diss track would have been included?
Absolutely. I would have been all on that. That shit would have been on repeat. I would have bought the NFT. I mean, I probably would have gone out, robbed a bunch of Target stores to get more GPUs,
Sure,
and then built my own Ethereum mining rig just so I could afford the NFT of that song.
Would you buy any Funko Pops while you were there at Target?
No, I'm not a freak. I'm a weirdo, not a freak.
Shitto, any other takes on Donda or Kanye West, me or Jared, before we let you go? And we appreciate your time.
I have no extra takes other than I think that Donda sucks and it's performative art, but I think you guys are great, so that kind of evens everything out. I like your shirt, at least.
Thank you. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for giving us the other side of the country's takes, and we know you represent them well with your beard and your hair and your lifestyle. So be good out there in the country, and stay up, Shitto. We love you.
All right, love you guys too.
Peace.
Later.
Thanks again to Shitto for being with us and representing for all the Kanye haters. It's called being bipartisan, Jared. You wouldn't know anything about it. Follow Shitto on Twitter at CallMeShitto. He was also our guest on episode 373, as I mentioned, where we famously discussed cryptocurrency and trolled the tits off Jared. So go listen to that if you never have after today's, or if you already have. It's quite an enjoyable one to run back.
Yeah,
frankly.
A lot of people say it's the best episode we ever did. I find myself pretty hard to troll. I usually do the trolling.
Yeah.
And it's the hardest I've ever been trolled in my
I think
life.
that's what made it so enjoyable for me. So go listen to that after you finish today's show. Hope everyone learned a lot, again, from having Shitto on. I'm sure he will be back. Today's episode of RBP is also brought to you by 10,000. Been wearing their 7-inch interval short with the liner and their lightweight shirt. Holding both of them right now. Wear them when I work out. They're phenomenal. It is very, very, very hot here in Austin all summer long. We're at the back end of August into September. It's been sweltering, and we haven't gotten as much rain to cool things down. And the fan in our garage, the Ross Fit garage here, frankly, is in need of replacement.
And OnlyFans shut down, so we couldn't get a fan.
Too. I've just been dying out there, man, and 10,000 has saved my ass. Their products are incredible. They've got, in this lightweight shirt, it's got silver ion for odor protection. It's breathable. Shell fabric with stretch, optional liner in their shorts. It's very comfortable, prevents chafing as well. Some of the most comfortable, high-quality workout gear I've ever worn. The shorts might be the best I've ever worn in terms of workout stuff. They're so nice, man. They're
you
really,
feel like
really
an
high
athlete.
quality.
Like, you know when you're in the gym and you look over and you see somebody doing like a $200 an hour personal training session?
Yeah.
And they look like they're just like tight and like are an athlete?
And you're like, okay, that's a different class than me. Yeah.
Not anymore.
This puts you in that class. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm somebody who likes to look like I know what I'm doing for the most part, and when it comes to working out, that look good, feel good, play good thing really applies for me, man. I wanna be wearing workout gear that is high quality, and 10,000 is that. Again, the perfect summer shirt, lightweight, breathable, and quick drying. The shorts are also phenomenal. Highest quality, best fitting, most comfortable training shorts I have ever worn.
I challenge people to buy these shorts and then not like them. They will not be able to.
And they've got a few different kinds. The interval short, which again I've got, which is versatile, great for high intensity interval training and spinning and metcons and short runs, anything else you can think of really. The foundation short is built for durability for tough gym days and outdoor adventures. The session short is super lightweight, perfect for running, yoga, and mobility. 10,000 is a direct-to-consumer company. There's no middleman, so you get premium fabrics, trims, and techniques that other brands simply cannot afford to provide you with. A team of over 200 athletes test their gear to ensure the perfect design, fabric, trims, and fit. Pick the short that's best for your training. Personalize it with custom liner and inseam options. They've got over 10,000 five-star reviews, free shipping and returns, lifetime guarantee. Their stuff is awesome. Now the official clothier of RossFit. 10,000 is offering our listeners 15% off your purchase. Go to 10,000.cc. Enter the code RBP to receive 15% off your purchase today. That's 10,000, TENTHOUSAND.cc. Enter the code RBP today. There's the lightweight shirt for you to look at if you're watching us on YouTube. Code RBP, 15% off. Just briefly, can we discuss the absurdity of the Bishop Sycamore situation? Because it's one of those ones where when it broke, I was like, okay, every dickhead and douchebag is going to have takes on this. Maybe we don't need to touch it. The more I read, the more I'm like, oh, this is unavoidable. Like, whether it's an insane headline of the day or a future stuff to Wikipedia when you're high in development, it's one of the two. And it's at some point something, so I figure, screw it, why not today while it's hot? But basically the gist of it, for those of you who have no idea what we're talking about, this is a high school football game that occurred on ESPN, I believe over this past weekend. Nationally televised on ESPN between IMG, which ranks as one of the top high school football teams in the country, and a school called Bishop Sycamore, which leading up to this game, ESPN had a lot of trouble finding anything out about. Bishop was claiming they had several D1 commits. ESPN couldn't verify any of that. They couldn't find any information anywhere. And for some reason, they still agreed to air this game. And it turns out Bishop Sycamore is a wildly unworthy school of being on a nationally televised game, but also just the entire thing is basically, it's like a scam. It's a little bit of a scam. It's not really a high school. Like, it's a high school, but it's not a high school, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you could literally read about this for hours and hours, but the gist of it is this game plays out with Bishop Sycamore getting the absolute pants beat off them, like 58-0. But to the point that the commentators are like, this isn't safe. Kids are going to get hurt. They're talking about it before halftime has even occurred. They're like, this isn't right. Something has gone wrong. We couldn't verify who this other school is, but they're clearly not supposed to be here. And like, somebody could be hurt. This is dangerous. We're starting to worry. And then one of the guys pipes in like, I already am worried. This is bad. Like, it's ridiculous. One of the like, ESPN has been sort of a laughingstock for about a half a decade to a decade now. They've just been slowly falling apart from a refusal to change with the times, which is why somebody like Barstool had an opportunity to do what they've done, right? And take out a huge chunk of their audience. And really just be a, what is that called when you come into an industry and shake it up? They're a disruptor. The way that Tesla is a disruptor in the car industry. I don't know what my point was there. Oh, so ESPN has already been sort of funny. And this is just like, you're talking about very expensive airtime, all right? And for those of you who are like, why the hell do they put high school football on ESPN at all? You don't understand. High school football recruiting is a massive thing in America. So, like, Jared's a big Wisconsin football fan, right? So he's aware of, like, how Wisconsin is doing recruiting-wise for next season.
I followed our current quarterback, Graham Mertz, from when he was 15 years old.
And Jared's not even that much of a psycho.
I'm not.
I know way, way more twisted and sick people than Jared.
I almost drove down to San Antonio for the U.S. Army All-American Bowl to watch him play when he was a senior in high school, but I didn't. Big of me.
So basically, there's a third-party company called Paragon Marketing that books games for this Geico kickoff that takes place on ESPN.
Paragon Marketing.
Paragon is ESPN's partner that they trusted here, and apparently nobody did enough due diligence, and this entire thing is a disaster. Part of the reason it was so dangerous is Bishop Sycamore had an undermanned team. They only had like 33 or 36 players.
What?
And they had players playing both ways, and they played the night before. Yeah. So it's like the whole thing is just a disaster. From the coaches to the man, like whoever, everybody in charge of these kids on Bishop Sycamore, from the parents to the coaches to the teachers to whoever's if there is a building. If you look up the address for the school, it's like a fucking random building, dude.
It's like a duplex in Duncanville outside of Dallas.
It's ridiculous. Like, I've never heard anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. For it to get on ESPN is utterly hysterical. It's one of the great moments in sports broadcasting history.
So many good memes.
And yeah, the memes are unbelievable. Like when Cam Newton got cut by the Pats yesterday, immediately everybody was putting up Cam Newton to Bishop Sycamore. I mean, I saw Durant with the jersey with the logo
to me,
photoshopped onto it.
The best like fake kind of sports related thing since Ron Mexico, which was Mike Vick's alternate ego.
Oh, I was gonna say since Manti Te'o and his
that's another
girlfriend
good
that
one.
was fake.
God, I love fake sports things.
Man, you said Ron Mexico, which brings me to my next random thing, which is that did you know Ron Jeremy is like a serial rapist allegedly now?
I've seen videos of him in the courtroom.
Oh man, yeah, everybody saw that one coming, but it's just I didn't realize it was happening now for real, for real.
Yeah.
He was like, I think we interviewed him at one point at our old company, not me personally,
Yeah, there's
but one of our colleagues.
a picture of him holding a piece of paper that says TFM on it. So.
Oh, that's not what you want.
That's not what you want.
That's
no.
not what you want at all. They should have retweeted my tweet the other day. We wouldn't have said that just now. Stupid bastards. That's on them. Jared, I have a challenge for you.
Okay.
Fill in the blank. You've got this.
Okay.
Brush, floss, then
Spit.
it's rinse. If you didn't say rinse, you may not be getting a complete clean. Mouthwash, a key part of your mouth's health when it comes to getting between the teeth to kill the bad germs, Jared. You know, when you brush, you're obviously hitting the front. Most of us are hitting the back too, you know what I'm saying? But you got to get in between the teeth to kill all the germs, and that's where the mouthwash comes in. You got to strengthen the enamel. Thankfully, the oral care experts at Quip, who created the greatest toothbrush of all time, finally created a super simple way to make mouthwash part of your daily oral care routine. You know Quip. We've talked about their electric toothbrush for years. They've been a long-time supporter of RBP. They brought floss into the game. We've talked about their gum, their chewing gum that they have as well. The mouthwash is phenomenal. Helps you complete your clean at the end of the day, which is when I like to use it, Jared. Plus, it comes with a refillable dispenser that's delightful to use and sleek enough to fit on any bathroom counter. It looks nice.
It's so good.
Typically, mouthwash dispensers are disgusting and they're see-through and they look...
And they're blue.
There's a gross
Why is
liquid
it
in there
blue?
and you don't know what it is and it's crusty and it's crusting over the sides and it looks like the slime that created the Ninja Turtles. That's not what Quip wanted for us, Jared. So Quip mouthwash kills bad breath germs. It helps prevent cavities, leaves you feeling fresh thanks to a formula that gives your mouth everything it needs and nothing it doesn't. They're 4 times concentrated as fluoride, xylitol, CPC. They left out the artificial colors and the stinging alcohol you'll find in a lot of other rinses, though.
Thank you, Quip.
Yeah. So
I love using my dispenser. You take out the cup, you press a little button, it dispenses a concentrated amount of mouthwash. You pour that into the cup, you add a little bit of water, you swirl it around, put it in your mouth, rinse, 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 rinse.
spit it on out, Jared.
Spit it out.
Spit it out, babe. And add a mouthwash refill plan and make sure your rinse never runs out. With a customizable subscription, you can get refills automatically delivered straight to your door every 3 months. So if you're like me, it's quite nice when your toothbrush and your mouthwash and your floss are all coming in so that you don't run out, have to run to the grocery, or it's always at night for me and I'm like, I'll screw it, I'll do it tomorrow or the next day, and then I forget for a week, and then my breath is terrible and the whole thing is annoying. And these are the best products in the world for your oral health care. So go to getquip.com/RBP5 right now, and you'll get $5 off a mouthwash starter kit. That's $5 off a mouthwash starter kit, which includes a refillable dispenser and a 90-dose supply of Quip's concentrated formula at getquip.com/RBP5, spelled GETQUIP.com/RBP5. Quip, the good habits company. Speaking of good habits, Jared, you know another place you could build them? Patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast, where recently I put out 2 mental health minisodes, one this past week, 2 days ago, I think, and then one the week before that. It's a big part of this show and this brand that we discuss things that other people are not willing to, right? And kind of go places that are a little more uncomfortable, both comedically and then with serious stuff that regards to mental health. And as you and I have steered this show back toward being more entertaining, I would argue, and having more humor the way I want it to, I've looked for ways to reinsert mental health into the conversation without it being what I would call a downer up against some of the humor that we, bring to the table on Monday and Wednesday. So one of the places I've found to put that mental health discussion is in these 2 mental health minisodes that I put out every month on Patreon, which are available exclusively to supporters of the podcast who are willing to pledge a minimum of $5, which I know you can find that in your budget.
It's 10 for the minisodes.
10 if you want to get the mental health minisodes, but $5 if you want the Friday ad-free episodes that drop every single Friday. They're exclusive, brand new, and only on Patreon. $10 if you want to get 2 mental health minisodes, 6 columns total, plus the Friday episodes, and then there's an OG tier as well. It's for people who really want to go above and beyond and support the show. So
what a value that is!
And really,
hours and hours and hours and hours of entertainment.
And among the entertainment are the mental health minisodes, where I do get to discuss things that are a lot more serious, and there's still some laughs in there here and there, but some tears as well, and some things that are a little more personal, maybe a little too personal for the public show. So they go on Patreon, and if you're somebody who's here and either is looking for more mental health conversation in your life or support or discussion, or you're somebody who has been listening to the show for a long time and you missed that aspect of it when it was really heavy back in 2020 because who wanted to be joking at a time like that. So that's where you can find it. Patreon, patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast. Support the show.
Support the
and
company.
If you pledge today, it's the backbone of Bolen Media. I say it over and over. We do a monthly update every single month. I write a column to update all of our supporters on Patreon with the comings and goings of Bolen Media, which is currently just Jared and I. And as I said in that column, this August column that just went out yesterday, it is the backbone of the entire company financially. So for those of you who like what we're doing here as an organization, as a company, Jared and I are really looking to build and add more people so that we can build more rapidly and focus on more projects at a time than we currently have the bandwidth to do. So if you'd like to be a part of helping making sure the show continues and the company continues to grow and go in the right direction, you can do that and get a lot in exchange on patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast. We appreciate you as always. Jared and I will be back on Friday right there on Patreon with another episode. If you're like, oh no, right now, because the Wednesday episode is ending and you're like, I gotta wait till Monday. You don't. You really, really, really don't. You can go sign up now and there's like 90 episodes on there to listen to. A ton of columns to read. Endless fun, Jared.
A lot of fun.
In exchange for your minimal support, I would argue.
I just wrote a column yesterday. It's about my tight little ass, and that's all I'm going to say.
Go read it now. Patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast. We'll be back there Friday. Appreciate y'all. Hope you enjoyed the Monday, Wednesday episodes. Tell your friends and family about the show. Spread the word. RBP, Bolen Media, J-Bone, Formula Bone. We're coming for that ass. We really are. Coming for it. That ass.
What the fuck?
The button and nothing happened.
What the fuck? I pressed the button.
What was it supposed to be?
You come in my face, I'm gonna fight you.
Goodbye, friends.